Right, the absolute state of the UK. Yeah, huge decline. Well, someone's speaking out about it, but the response has been really weird. So Robert Jenrick, who is a Conservative, well, MP, although not remotely in power because the Conservatives aren't Conservative and they decided to vote Kemi into the leadership role. Robert Jenrick has been doing a lot of social media work, and he pointed out that London, people just break the law. I did a few live streams on London because I had my car stolen in central London. A very, very expensive car, my dream car, and I was most upset about it. It was very surreal. And that's what this is all about, I guess. You know, it's very surreal for people that obey the law to watch people disobeying the law and to watch them get away with it. It's interesting. So I thought we'd take a look at the video and then take a look at the responses, because it's been quite revealing, actually. The responses are insane. So the video here just says, Sadiq Khan is driving a proud city into the ground. Law breaking is out of control. He's not acting, so I did. Now, he didn't really act, but he did act. He's highlighting the fact that people are just breaking the rules and the law and just riding the tube for free, which is the London Underground. So let's watch this and then we'll talk a little bit more about some other bits and pieces.
Excuse me, do you think it's all right not to pay? Seriously, why do you go back through the barrier and pay? Do you want to go back and pay like everybody else? Do you think it's all right not to pay? Why don't you go back and pay? You can say off as much as you want, but everyone else has to pay. You're carrying a knife, you say? Nearly 1 in 25 people using London's public transport aren't paying for it. So there's 8 officers down there, but 1 minute away, that gate's wide open. It's also just annoying watching so many people break the law and get away with it.
Or at least most of it.
Right, should we go over here to these guys here? Excuse me, gents.
Hello.
You're on camera, mate. You're bang to rights.
Just step to the side and...
All right, thanks very much, guys. It's the same with bike theft, phone theft, tool theft, shoplifting, drugs in town centres, weird Turkish barber shops. It's all chipping away at society. The state needs to reassert itself and go after lawbreakers.
So he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. There's a few things to consider here. London, and I said this when I did my live streams about my car being stolen. And the Met Police did nothing, by the way. I will never get my car back. It's gone. But London has Sadiq Khan in power as the mayor. Because it's the capital of the UK, I strongly believe, especially because we subsidise London with our tax, because we've bailed out TfL, funnily enough. They might not need to bail out TfL so much if they weren't so many people riding TfL for free. I feel like the entire country should be voting in who they want as the mayor of London. And I feel like that's actually fair, because we should, as a country, have a say in how our capital city is shaped, not just those that live there. Because when the demographic can shift so violently towards foreigners, which that is London, it's barely an English, but it is not an English city. I know, I'm there often enough. They can remain in power and in control, and I think that's actually bad, because as Robert Jenrick pointed out here, is that Sadiq Khan is driving London into the ground, absolutely. You know, you've got people just hanging around doing nothing, like just like, what are you being paid to do, mate? You're being paid to do nothing. This is absurd. And as he notes, you know, that gate's wide open. You've got 3 officers down there. Like, what's going on? Like, why is everyone so slack and pathetic? Why are our standards so bad at the moment? Why have they slipped so far? And so, you know, when you have someone in control of London, who has been for years and is demonstrably driving into the ground, I believe absolutely unequivocally the entire country should have a say on who controls their capital city. Because the capital city is should be a representation of the entire country, not just itself and its own constituents, right? Like, I think that shouldn't be a controversial statement. That should just be basic common sense. But there's a few other things in here, you know. Like, well, one, he only confronts white people. There's not many else there. Look at the demographic that is the police or the officers, whatever you want to call them. I would imagine it'd be very interesting to see whether they police their own groups in the same way. Doubtful. Bike theft, phone theft, tool theft, shoplifting. Yeah, it absolutely erodes the country. Weird Turkish barbershops. Yeah, the thing that everyone has pointed out for years. Years. Yeah, these Turkish barbershops are clearly a front. Obviously. People have been saying it for years. They've only just started doing raids on it now. It's like everything in the UK just drags their heels. Everyone just wants the status quo, which is a terminal decline. And so you just drag your heels just to do anything, any semblance of movement. It's crazy. But the response on here has been mad. It's been absolutely mad. Like Matthew Stadlen, absolute pleb, weird Turkish barbershops. Yes, Matthew, it is weird that town centre, such as where I live, a very small Wiltshire village town, has 3 Turkish barbershops. That's weird. And yet, if I was to stand there all day, they barely have any customers. How can they afford the rent and rates and British people can't? Oh, I'll go on a limb here, Matthew, you absolute raging brainlet, and go, they're not Turkish, for starters. Secondly, it's a front for money laundering. I'd say that's pretty obvious. I know it's a difficult take for you to comprehend, but yes, it is odd. TfL even replied, fare evasion is unacceptable. That's why we're strengthening our capability to deter and detect fare evaders, including expanding our team of professional investigators to target the most prolific fare evaders across the network. How about you close the fucking gates? Why can't you just simply close the gates? Why can't you simply, I don't know, tell your officers that are there doing nothing to do their job? You don't need to hire more people. Get your team, kick up the arse to get them to do something, because they're doing nothing. This builds on the work of our team of more than 500 uniformed officers already deployed across the network. What, doing nothing, sat around? Well done. I'm so glad I subsidised this shit. Another antisocial behaviour, keeping staff and customers safe. Mate, you're getting ripped apart in the comments here, though. I bet your enforcement teams do excellent work. It'd be good if their station colleagues paid more attention to what goes on, though. Everyone sees them turn a blind eye. Try hiring staff that aren't stoned most of the time. That would help. TfL, your staff do absolutely F all about it. Get a grip. Or the people will. Honestly, don't think I've ever seen a uniformed police officer at my local tube or overground station in the last decade, but I've watched countless fare dodgers in the same time. Not even 2 bods per station. Terrific. Can you provide some stats? How's this going? Yeah. No, they can't. Of course they can't. Nobody believes you. Outrageous. That's why you're sat around with your feet up whilst taxpayers foot the bill. The majority of the country foots the bill. Remember, we bailed out TfL to the tune of billions. Billions. There was a recent petition to Parliament to open the voting for the Mayor of London to the entire UK, and they rejected it. And it's disgraceful that they rejected it. When you are giving my money away to London, yeah, no, I should have a say in who's running London. Absolutely. Just like I have a say in like who has control over my finances with respect to government and politicians. Without uniformed officers on your on site, you'll never stop these people. The revenue protection officers do not have the power to detain. TfL, use your stats and find out the worst stations for non-payment and use police support as part of an organised operation. Yeah. The action of your staff suggests you consider it acceptable. How about you lower the prices of transport? It's extortionate. Transport, yeah, it is extortionate. I agree with that, but that's not why people fare dodge. You're doing nothing at all to combat it. Abject failure from yourselves and the Mayor of London. And like it's funny. So some of the comments on this has been like, "Oh, you're just like cringe. This is ridiculous. This is cringe." Blah blah blah. It's like, what? Why is it cringe for someone to confront these and put a, highlight it? Like what? It's so bizarre. Like this comment here. Oh, Robert Jenrick admits deliberately helping Tory donor avoid 45 million tax bill by rushing through housing development. Pretty certain he's like paid all of his tax as well, by the way. And his expenses and all that other kind of stuff. And what, does this mean that he now can't like course correct? Of course, I don't see the issue there at all. UNN, Unity News Net. Big brave Robert Jenrick here catching out fare dodgers in London. What is amazing is they're all white. I agree, yeah. Imagine that in a city where whites are now in a minority. Or maybe he was too scared to challenge anyone else. Best shirt on social media. Yeah, probably. Because half the plebs would call him a racist. Which is mad. Like this. London is the best city in the world. No, it's not. It's a shithole. I have watched it across my lifetime just degrade and fall apart into ethnic hellhole. Ranked 14th safest city in the world. It was ranked worse than New York at one point for murders. Alright. Not even in the top 10 most dangerous UK regions. Oh, that's good, I guess. What? No, it just shows the terminal decline of the overall UK. Oh, it's got the best food. No, it doesn't. It actually doesn't, but alright. Anyway, there you go. I don't have much else to say really about this. This just highlights the decline. That's very real. And just the general response to it's been mental. I'd have to try and pull up the negative ones, but you can see them all over. People have been commenting on it. It's crazy stuff. Anyway, decline is real.